Hey everyone, and welcome to Dinar Stories. I'm glad you found your way here, especially today, because what we're going to discuss requires your full attention, a clear mind, and a calm approach. Before we dive in, I want you to do something with me right now. Take a deep breath. Breathe in slowly, hold it for a moment and let it out. Relax your shoulders, shake out any tension. Good. Now we're ready to talk rationally about today's Iraqi Dinar update. There's a lot of noise out there. My job today is to cut through that noise and give you something more valuable: clarity, context, and perspective. If you've been in Dinar communities, forums, social media, or scrolling through YouTube, you've probably seen the words 5-day cash-in window everywhere. Sometimes in all caps, sometimes with urgent music or dramatic thumbnails, sometimes with countdown timers, or claims that if you don't act now, you'll miss everything forever. I get it. When you see language like that, especially if you've been following the story for months or years, your heart might skip a beat. Your mind might race. You might think, is this it? Do I need to act right now? And that's why we need this conversation. Moments like this, filled with urgency, are when mistakes happen. Confusion spreads, panic takes over. People rush without understanding what's actually happening. Here's what I want you to do instead. Don't react, don't rush, don't call anyone in panic, don't pack a bag or plan a trip to the bank. Just listen. Give me 15 to 20 minutes, and I promise you'll understand what this means, why people are talking about it, and most importantly, how to think about it. Let me be crystal clear. What I'm sharing today is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, exchange, or rush anywhere. I'm sharing information, perspective, and helping you understand context. No promises, no guarantees, no hype, just facts, patterns, historical context, and common sense. That's what you deserve, and that's what I'm providing. The phrase 5-day cash-in window sounds dramatic, doesn't it? It's designed to grab attention, and it works. That's why it spreads fast across social media. But here's the truth. Windows like this are not unusual in global finance. They're not unprecedented events. They happen more often than you might think, and they don't always mean what you assume. Most limited operational windows are controlled processes. It could be a testing phase, a pilot program, or a period where specific actions are allowed under very specific conditions for limited participants. Controlled is the key word. These aren't unmanaged events. They're designed to test readiness, measure capacity, and ensure everything works before wider implementation. What matters is understanding why this language is used and what it tells us about the Iraqi dinar situation. The dinar narrative has always been about preparation, banking reform, regulatory compliance, economic stability, institutional trust, infrastructure, and integration with international financial systems. For years, these things have happened quietly, not with announcements, fireworks, or press conferences, but slowly, carefully, piece by piece. These small windows now represent foundations starting to be used. Think of building a house, months or years laying the foundation, framing, installing systems, putting up walls. Most of it is out of sight. People might not see progress. Then one day, lights turn on, water flows, systems work. That doesn't mean the house is finished for everyone, but it's moved from construction to activation. That's where we are with the Iraqi dinar. Credible signs show parts of the system are being activated in controlled windows. Banks are exercising trained processes. Systems are tested under real conditions. Coordination is happening, creating observable activity. But here's what this does not mean. It does not mean everyone holding dinars gets rich in 5 days. It does not mean a magical countdown clock after which the opportunity vanishes forever. It does not mean you need to drop everything and rush to your bank. What it does mean is that systems are being tested, processes are exercised, readiness measured, and capacity evaluated in a controlled and deliberate way. Think of planning a major event like a large international conference. Before allowing thousands to enter, organizers test systems, open limited access, run registrations with small groups, verify communication channels, ensure security protocols work, identify bottlenecks, and adjust procedures. Only after that do they fully open the doors. This is exactly how serious financial systems operate, especially currency operations that affect millions. You don't flip a switch and hope for the best. You test, measure, adjust, and proceed only when confident. So why are people linking a 5-day window to January 2026? Because controlled activity related to currency handling, banking coordination, and operational readiness has increased. These developments are not random. People inside financial systems notice short operational windows and start talking. Some explain responsibly, some exaggerate emotionally, and some misunderstand. Your responsibility is to separate signal from noise and understand what is happening versus what is being projected. Patience, critical thinking, and questioning are essential. Many hear cash-in window and assume it is the only chance that will ever exist. That belief creates fear, and fear leads to poor decisions. Fear clouds judgment, encourages impulsive behavior, and makes people vulnerable to manipulation. The reality is simple. No legitimate currency change affecting millions of people happens in a rushed 5-day period. Chaos would destroy trust, and trust is the foundation of any monetary system. Without trust, currency loses value and systems fail. No responsible authority would design a process that creates chaos. Limited windows usually indicate controlled access, restricted scope, and internal testing. Different sources interpret these events differently. Some exaggerate, some misunderstand, and some recycle old rumors mixed with new developments, which causes confusion. The Iraqi Dinar's path toward normalization and international integration is long-term, not speculative. Timing windows often reflect internal system activity, not public participation. If you're wondering whether you must act immediately, the answer is no. This is actually positive news. It shows systems are being handled carefully, responsibly, and without cutting corners. Why should these windows matter at all? Because even if they don't involve the public yet, they indicate real movement. Systems are active, processes are executed, and operational steps are happening. Small-scale action is more meaningful than years of speculation. Long-term holders can see progress moving from planning toward operational reality. The race is active, progress is real, but the finish line has not been crossed, and outcomes are never guaranteed. Currency changes occur in phases: groundwork, technical setup, limited rollout, and eventually a public phase. Most people only notice the public phase, but the most important work happens earlier. We may currently be in testing and limited rollout. Calm understanding matters more than excitement. For long-term holders, exhaustion and confusion are understandable. Every update brings hope or frustration. Those feelings are valid, but they should not guide decisions. Disciplined people stay steady when activity increases. They observe instead of reacting emotionally. Not every window applies to everyone. Some are for institutions, balancing, or pilot programs. Controlled access protects the system and benefits everyone. If everyone rushed at once, systems would crash, fraud would spike, and trust would be damaged. Staged processes prevent that. Language matters. Cash-in often means internal handling, settlement, or repositioning, not public action. Panic-driven messaging is misleading. Real opportunities do not rely on fear or urgency. Serious changes come with calm communication, measured tone, and reasonable caveats. Stay informed, not stressed. Watch trends, not hype. Fear of missing out is not a strategy. Positive signs exist, systems are active, operational steps are happening, and 2026 is shaping into a working year. Your position should be awareness without panic, preparation without fear, and patience with clarity. Real value does not appear or disappear in 5 days. Controlled, structured processes are how real financial change unfolds. Stay grounded, informed, and calm.